All right, Libra, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the 9th of November through the 15th. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. So if you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below because your sign might be different. All right, Libra, so a new moon in your sign this week on Wednesday. It's all about these new beginnings relating to your goals, your self-image perhaps, getting your body moving, your energy levels moving, and pursuing the things that are important to you in life. Now, this all starts around Monday when we have Mercury go into your first house before that new moon. So I think naturally you'll be thinking probably more about those goals and maybe even socializing a little bit more with Mercury in the first, maybe more of that communicative sort of energy there, mental, maybe reading, writing, things like that. And that'll be setting the stage for those new beginnings. Now, this is new beginnings for both the next 2 weeks and the next 6 months in the short and long term, which is the lunar and solar cycle. Now, one thing about this week is that there's a lot of very nice aspects, as you can see here, all very easy aspects, and with a conjunction, Mars going over that north node as well, which I'll talk about. But it's all involving this new moon and the fact that Mercury is so close by. So here, the way to see this is that we've had this Jupiter trining up to Pluto energy from Jupiter in that 11th house of yours and Pluto in that 3rd house of yours. Now that new moon right in between those 2 points, sextiling both planets. So essentially what we have is we've had this expansion involving your ideals, which has been Jupiter in the 11th, or maybe with networking or group-related things, organizational things this year with Jupiter there. So this is about learning more about your ideals, learning more about the future in general, about socializing, networking, things like that, what's really important to you. And then Pluto as well, down there at the 3rd house, helping you express yourself and communicate in a much deeper level. Now, that's been going on for many years, but that has been off and on aspecting these more personal planets. And of course, depending on your personal chart, this could be playing a very important role. But in either case, it could be very good for communicating, for expressing the deeper aspects of life, as well as experiencing and expressing more of what your ideals are in life, which is that 1st house, and pursuing them perhaps. Now, the energies are quite low this week because of the new moon, and then as the next couple of weeks unfold, you'll notice more energy for that. But it's a great time to set intentions. It's a great time to reflect and really think about what is your self-image, what's important to you, and what kind of goals you want to set, both in the short term and the long term. Because in 6 months too, you're going to have a full moon in your 1st house, which is always quite significant based on a lot of these new beginnings that you do set. Happy birthday to you, Libras, by the way, who are watching this for your sun sign. All right, so that's going to be the focal point of the week. Now, within that, Mars goes over the north node in your 12th house. So there's been a lot of energy in your 12th house. That's where the last new moon was, the last Mercury transit and all of this, but we still have Mars and Venus here and the North Node. So essentially, this is all about behind the scenes activities and perhaps putting energy into getting that rest and relaxation, that spiritual time, meditative time, whatever it might be. It could be actually quite active with Mars in the 12th, maybe through exercise or running or something like that. You're able to connect to the now moment. So whatever it is, it's about channeling in that energy now with Mars over that North Node, because the North Node over the past 2 years has been about this. It's been this time period for you to connect to whatever you consider personally spiritual, spiritual aspects of life, or getting that relaxation or going with the flow. So now with Mars, energy, drive, and tension, Mars does rule your 7th house of relationships and your 2nd house of values. So I feel like there could be some changes there this week involving both of those sectors as well. But it's, again, all in the area of behind the scenes activities. And one thing I want to say too is with your ruler here, there is still quite a bit of attention. There is still quite a bit of enjoyment to be had when it is taking it easy and spending this time, which is so important for you to get that meditative energy working. But it's sort of a mixed bag because there is new things shaping up, and I feel like certainly over the next couple weeks you'll feel more of that 1st house energy if you aren't already. So that's going to be the high point. One other thing too, later in the week, your ruler Venus is going to be sextiling up to Saturn on Friday around that time period. So quite nice, in fact, for the mature, grounded, long term. I think you should be feeling quite disciplined, quite grounded, especially this later part of the week. And again, perhaps it's from that 12th house stuff. So the key with that too is, Venus naturally rules your 8th, so it's deep, it's the depth. And I think there's a long-term energy with that also, connecting to what's really meaningful to you in life and seeing the future with that. But the high points are the new moon, first house energies, new beginnings there involving you, generally speaking, and thinking more about that with Mercury shifting in there, perhaps a more mercurial, communicative, expressive phase of your life right now with Mercury there, and shifts and changes along this continued growth involving the spiritual aspects of your 12th house. All right, Libra, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.